unless otherwise requested by an individual planning commissioner member of special consideration. Otherwise, the recommendation of staff will be accepted and acted upon by roll call vote.
And I would like to pull item 2C because I was here for the February 29th meeting, but not the April 5th. So I couldn't approve it. So it'll have to be separate.
Actually, we can vote on the February 29th and
Yes.
April 5th because we have enough, there's at least three of you to vote on that. It's just the March 15th minutes that we couldn't. So you can vote on, let's see, on the April one, but everybody else could.
Vote on February
Right,
29th.
but then the other three can't. So at least we have the three to have the quorum, and then the March, we'll have to hold off on the March minutes.
Separate votes then for each.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And would we approve the agenda with the modifications after we have information item added to? So we'll be adding staff's proposing to add an informational item to the current agenda for under item 4.
At this time, is there any additions to the agenda at this time? That was the addition.
That was the
That was
addition.
it. Okay.
Okay, so we're going to go to item 2A, correct? Posting of the agenda for the May 17, 2016 Planning Commission meeting was posted on the City Community Center bulletin boards, City Hall, North and South bulletin boards, Post Office, City website, and emailed to the library on May 4th, 2016.
Move for approval.
I second.
Make a correction, though, on that. It should have been May 13th.
Correction, May 13th. Good.
So roll call on that. So Vice Chair McKinney,
Yes.
Stewart,
Yes.
Commissioner Tobacco,
Yes.
and Commissioner King.
Yes.
Item 2B, approval of the agenda. This provides an opportunity for the Planning Commission or staff to recommend that an item be placed on the agenda for discussion or to adjust the proposed agenda to allow an item to be taken out of order.
Staff has a new informational item only for item number 4.
A motion for approval of the agenda.
I'll second it.
Oh, Vice Chair McKinney,
Yes?
Commissioner Stewart,
Yes.
Commissioner Tobacco,
Yes.
and Commissioner King.
Yes.
Item 2C, approval of the minutes. The minutes of the February 29, 2016 Special Planning Commission meeting, March 15, 2016 Planning Commission meeting, and April 5th, 2016 Special Planning Commission meeting have been read by the individual commissioners and stands approved as submitted.
February and April.
In April.
Approval of the February 29th and the April 5th Planning Commission meetings.
I second it.
Roll call for the February 29th minutes. Let's see. So Vice Chair McKenney,
Yes?
Yes?
Yes.
roll call for the minutes on April 5th would be Vice Chair McKenney,
Yes.
Commissioner Stewart,
Yes?
and Commissioner King.
Yes.
Item 3, public notice. Item 3.1, Chipotle Mexican Grill Incorporated, condition use permit number 01-216/resolution 2016-013. Project description, request to approve CUP 01-216, resolution 2016-013, to allow sale of beer and wine by the glass. Class 41 license on sale beer and wine for bona fide public eating place. Property is located at 2207 Clarabelle Road, Suite A, APN 075-093-060, within a C-C Community Commercial Zoning District.
Hey, good evening, Commissioners. For those in the audience, I'm Donna Kenny, the Planning and Building Manager. I will be presenting this item. You already read the summary, but basically it's the Chipotle Mexican Grill seeking a CUP to sell beer and wine at a bona fide eating establishment. Let me go back. There is no request to serve alcohol outdoors on the patio. Here is a site plan of the site. The dark area up top is Chipotle. You can see it's next to Five Guys, AT&T, Dickies, and Panda Express. Here's Oakdale Road, and Clarabelle is down this way. Here's the floor plan. Most of the building is the kitchen area. This is the seating area, 23 seats indoors where the CUP is requested. Then there are some outdoor patio seats, 32 of them, and there will be no alcohol sold outside. The north elevation, this is if you're coming from the Starbucks drive-through lane. Here's the front from the parking lot. Pursuant to Riverbank Municipal Code 153-216C, in order to grant any use permit, the applicant must introduce evidence in support of his application sufficient to enable the Planning Commission to find that the establishment, maintenance, or operation of the use or building applied for will not, under circumstances of the particular case, be detrimental to the health, safety, general welfare of persons residing or working in the neighborhood of such proposed use, or be detrimental or injurious to property and improvements in the neighborhood, or to the general welfare of the city. The code does allow alcohol in a bona fide restaurant, which this is. Chipotle has a long record of many restaurants across the nation. Many of them do sell alcohol, either beer or wine, with their food service. And they have very, very few problems. Many of the restaurants do have outdoor eating areas, and they do not allow alcohol out there, and they have not had any problems with that either. They train their staff to be able to recognize underage drinkers. They watch the door carefully to make sure none is taken outside and absolutely none is served outside. This project is categorically exempt from CEQA guidelines pursuant to Section 15332A through E. And so staff does recommend a conditional use permit be approved pursuant to these findings and conditions. The applicant is here tonight and will be able to answer more questions if you desire concerning the training of the staff or the service of the alcohol. But all in all, staff believe this is a very good project, and we do recommend approval. Thank you.
So at this time, the representative for Chipotle, do you have anything to say?
Good evening, Commissioners, staff. My name is Dwayne Kennedy. I'm a land use consultant working on behalf of Chipotle Mexican Grill. And that staff report was very complete. I'm here to answer any questions you have. The store manager's here tonight if you have questions about operations or any specific security concerns. So please feel free to ask. Thank you.
I have one question. You talk about the drinking out on the patio. That won't be, so if I come in and I buy dinner and then I buy something to drink, say a beer, and I go to walk out on the patio, what happens? Do they tell me I have to stay inside, or are you just saying that you won't have somebody outside selling liquor, but people will still be able to go out on the patio with a drink?
The way the store is set up, so we have signs out there that says no drinking's allowed on the patio.
Okay.
And, you know, you see the floor plan. Staff can see very clearly through the glass, and there will be signs outside on the patio that you can't take your alcohol out there. You know, not unlike a bar. I mean, it's self-enforced in a way, but Chipotle is very good about monitoring that. They're always bussing tables and cleaning, and certainly not an absent use where they're very active in watching customers. So, you won't get out with it, and you won't be able to stay outside very long if you did sneak it out. So I don't see any problems with that.
What is the age of the staff?
You can come on up here. Sure. This is Jordan. He's the store manager, and he can talk about those things.
Hi. The average age of our staff is, my name is Jordan Kramer. I'm representative of Chipotle. I'm the general manager. And the average age of our staff is about 23, 22, like if you average it out. But everybody is over the, we do have one minor. She's 17. She'll be turning 18 soon, but she's not a cashier, so she cannot actually sell the alcohol. So you have to be 18 or older to be on the cashier to even distribute the alcohol.
Run us through your process of someone wants, like the commissioner was asking, he wants in there, what's the process of him going through getting his meal, going through the line, just as regular patrons going through the line, and now you have this one going through now, you know, instead of getting a soda, he wants a beer.
Okay, so, whoever the customer is, if they ask for a beer, the cashier will first ask for ID. We train them what to look for, like looking at the picture actually, and does it actually look like them, looking at the age, and then as they verify on the ID, on the screen it actually says, like for instance, like the last day that they could have been born in order to purchase alcohol. Like it's like proof. It'll say like as long as it's past this date, and then you hit OK, and then it allows you to continue on with the purchasing. The way we distribute it, you can only purchase alcohol with an actual meal. Like you can't just come in and buy beer and sit down and drink. You actually have to purchase like an entree and have your dinner with it or lunch.
Okay, so now what is the process for when you have someone that's trying to bend the rules, get out and have a drink out, you know, they've gotten outside or something, you've noticed that, you know, it's not a soda, it's a beer, so how do you handle that?
You're saying if like someone were to take like the beer that we sold them right out there, we'd politely go out there and approach the customer and try to explain to them, as you can see on the signs on our door, like alcohol is not allowed on our patio. It's actually we'd explain it very well that it's a city regulation. We can't have alcohol out on the patio. If they were to refuse or get confrontational, I guess you would say, there is a security guard that is in the area that patrols daily. Sheriff's frequently there as well, and our establishment as well. We do a lot of stuff for the police force, and so there's a presence that we are able to call upon if need be. But I've been working with the company for 3 years, and I've never run across a situation.
Hours of operation.
We're open from 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. Monday through Sunday.
Alcohol.
Alcohol is available upon our lunchtime, so as early as 11:45 to then on out.
Not for Chipotle, but for the city. So the resolution, City of Riverbank Planning Commission resolution, those are the conditions under which this would be approved? Am I understanding that correctly?
Yes.
So if you look at that, it's page 19 on mine. I don't know what page it is, but it says, the City of Riverbank has an undue concentration of licenses for retailing of alcoholic beverages, whereas that suggests that you have too many, right? Am I reading that wrong, or is it just a typo? Or last whereas.
No, it is something that the city watches to make sure we don't have an overabundance in one area.
This says you do, right? The City of Riverbank has an undue concentration of licenses for retailing.
Yes.
You don't want too many, right? Am I misunderstanding it? If you have an undue concentration, that means you have too many. Unless I'm just wrong. I think maybe it meant to say you do not have an undue concentration, but.
I believe that's correct. I believe that's a typo on there.
That's true, because that's a whole separate animal. If there's determined to be an undue concentration, then the ABC will get involved and they'll limit it. So I think that was a typo. So.
Okay. And then the second question I had also of the city was that you're requiring or asking them to pay a $250 fee to assisted DUI type stuff from the police department.
Correct.
Has that been done with every other establishment that sells alcohol in the Crossroads or in the city of Riverbank?
In the city of Riverbank.
Everybody uniformly has to pay the same fee?
Correct. It's part of the business license process.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
Move for approval of resolution number 2016-013, approving a
With the
condition.
correction that says it has no undue concentration.
It wasn't a typo, it was just like missed the word no.
Yes.
Close for,
Roll call.
Oh, I'll second it.
okay.
Sorry. Oh,
So we're going to open the floor now for any public comments on this particular resolution. Any public comment on the Chipotle proposal? Seeing none, close the floor and open for, I guess, our vote.
Now we have to do this motion again? Okay, move for approval of resolution number 2016-013, approving a conditional use permit for the sale of alcoholic beverages.
and I second.
Roll call, Vice Chair McKinney,
Yes.
Commissioner Stewart,
Yes.
Commissioner Tobacco,
Yes.
and Commissioner King.
Yes.
Passes 4-0.
Righty. Moving to item 4, Planning Commission, information only, no action. So we don't have anything on item 4?
We added one to the agenda.
Okay.
It's real quick. The city is involved right now with the Active Transportation Plan. That's a plan that was created by Senate Bill 99 to encourage increased use of active modes of transportation such as biking and walking. The scoring of the application, it needs to benefit a K through 12 public school. It's a combination of infrastructure and non-infrastructure elements. It benefits disadvantaged communities. There are matching funds and active public participation, which is why I'm bringing this to your attention. We have 3 applications that we're turning in. The first is the Roselle Avenue Bike and Pedestrian Lane Project. We're trying to do a bike and pedestrian lane from Riverbank down Roselle to Sylvan. And so it's a joint application between the City of Riverbank, the City of Modesto, and Stanislaus County. The second project of the Active Transportation Plan excuse me, is to hire a consultant to study the connectivity within the city and develop a plan which would include safe routes to school, bicycle lanes and paths for connectivity, and pedestrian sidewalks and paths. This would identify areas that need to be improved. And the third application we're working on is a Patterson Road Bike and Pedestrian Path Project. That will include the installation of sidewalks on the north side of Patterson Road from First Street to Claus. And this will include sidewalk connectivity along Patterson Road to the 3rd and 8th Street bus stops and Riverbank High School. So you've been provided with a copy of the information on these 3 projects. And also within that packet, there are 3 separate letters of support, one for each of these projects. And I have some on the table here too. Hopefully the community members will take some with them. But if you would like to support these 3 projects, just go ahead and sign each of these letters and drop them back off at City Hall, and we'll take care of that for you. This is part of a public outreach that Development Services is doing, and I also have a sign-in sheet here for you to sign that just says that we've shared this information with you. We could pass that down. If you have any questions, I can be reached at my office, or Kathleen Kleek is actually in charge of these applications, and so I'm speaking here on her behalf. Thank you.
Alrighty. So now we're moving to number 5, county referral, correspondence, information. None? Item 5? None?
Correct.
Okay, here we go. Item 6, upcoming meeting agenda items. Item 6.1, Diamond Bar West final subdivision map.
Yes, that'll be coming forward shortly. We have 2 developers working on that project. One, Carrie Pope, is working on the final subdivision map, and then McCroy Wilbur Homes is working on the actual homes, the site and design review of the homes, which you saw at a past meeting. So that's not wrapped up yet, but it's getting close. And then item 6.2, the RFP proposals for the comprehensive zoning code update have been received and were under review by staff. A committee met and reviewed the RFPs, including the information that was submitted in response to the RFP, as well as the costs associated with the RFP, and if the consultants that applied had done previous work with the city, how that work went on those previous projects. So those were the things taken into consideration. And the, excuse me, the reason we did this is we have a strategic planning session, and the council wanted staff to gather the costs of updating the zoning code ordinance in order to search for funding in the fiscal year 16-17 budget. And so while we have looked at the proposals and selected a consultant that would be a good fit to carry out this project for us, it will technically not be awarded until the funding is available. Thank you.
Any questions, commissioners? Nope. Okay. Item 7, new business. Information only, no action. 7.1, Crossroads Shopping Center, Pad G, American Tires, next to Bevmo building, permit issued.
Yes, the building permit has been issued. We were waiting on a storm drainage agreement, which has been signed. Item, excuse me, 7.2, Central Valley Autism has been working, has a building permit issued, and has been working on the kinder care facility, and it's now going to be an autism facility. So city staff's pretty excited about that. Item 7.3, the Riverbank Central Apartments on Claus near California. I believe most of the city's probably seen the dirt being pushed around out there, so they're hot and heavy into doing some affordable apartments. And then item 4.7, Diamond Bar West, the master plans for the houses that you had in site and design review are into the city now for their review before building permits are issued.
Comments? So we adjourn at 6:27.
Thank you.